Hi guys, this is Natalia Utkina with a watercolor painting. Today I'm going to show you how painting watercolor the lilacs in a basket. I have several photos which we can use as reference, but composition will be done in my own style. So for this painting I will be using this cotton block fluid 100 cold press finish watercolor paper. It's 300 pounds, 440 grams. I like it. Right. Then as for painting, it will be this Sonnet Studio Watercolors Nevskaya Palitra, one of my favorite watercolor paints from St. Petersburg, Russia, and they will give us the right colors such as violet light, that's what I'm going to use, violet deep, then it's going to be sap green and green deep. I will probably use English red or Madder Lake red, maybe some ultramarine light. We will figure out. For sure it will be sepia and maybe raw sienna. Anyway, so let's start from our sketch. The sketch, the composition, the rules of composition. So I will start with my basket. Basket base should not start somewhere at the end of the page, so I will probably keep some space here for the table. It's not gonna stay right in the middle of my paper. I will move it a little bit to the left, assuming that the source of the light will come from the right, like this. So this will be my basket. This will be just part of the handle of the basket. And the main thing is about those lilac flowers. So let's make a few of them like this. Maybe then we have to fulfill this space, and what we have to avoid to make them in a row like twins. So I might need to extend some flower right here, then there will be a bunch going to this direction. Then I will move, I will turn some flowers right there to the left, and then it might be some going towards left top corner. So those on the top and from the sides, I will try to make them more blurry than these ones which are pointed towards me. And what we have also to be careful about the size, not only the direction but the size of those bunches of flowers, right? Few leaves, something like this. Some I will probably make later on, and then I will make some branch going to this direction, and some branch with a leaf will go over here and right here. So something like this. Then the table, again, rather than make it straight line, I will make it a little bit angled. I don't know if it's a table or it's a part of the window. It doesn't matter. It might be some wooden table maybe. That's my sketch, so it's done. Then question, what do we start from? From the background or from the object in the middle? We will figure out. Maybe I will start from the flowers itself. So the technique for the flowers, watch what we need. We need this sprinkle bottle. So what I will do, I will make some splash like this, 1, 2, 1, 2 only to the flowers. You know what, better to do this in a vertical way than the bottle works much better. Oh, like this. Good. Then I will take one of my brushes. The brushes I will be using today, it's silver black velvet round. So this is number 12, this is I believe number 6, and this is maybe number 4. I bought them at Amazon. And here we go. So I will touch this paint right away, and then I'm touching the paper. So people asking, how do I get so loose style? Because we need to water our paper, right? So as much as it will pick up of our flower will be enough for the first layer. So as you can see, the water moves our paint everywhere, right? I'm satisfied by this one. Then I'm attach ultramarine with the same brush, and we'll see if I can create something here. So this is more violet now. We actually have that darker violet, but as you can see it's a different color, right? So I would prefer still work with a light violet. So it's very random touch. I just rely on the water. I believe the water will do the main job for me. But what I have to be careful about, this part will have more light parts because the source of the light, as we decided, will go from the right. So I might use water only, and here close to the basket I will definitely add more paint instead, so it's like deeper color. Amount of the paint is different. See? Then this one we'll see. No, it's dry. What about this one? Maybe I need to add more water now. Okay. So this will go. See, that much water. Maybe more than I expected to have, but this is still okay. We don't always have to follow the original sketch. We can change it later on. So most of the time I use ultramarine and violet. Ultramarine is for the, and dark violet for the shadow spots, and light violet for those light branches. So this will stay mostly in the shadow, so I would definitely keep just this part light. And again, light can come from behind of the basket, so we would consider that all this area around the border areas of our sketch will have a lighter color. So it's up to you which color do you use here. Let's see if I can add, I'm washing my brush, if I can add some raw sienna. Will it work? So I would say. Still interesting combination, but I would still stay away from any warm colors. So if you need to have more loose effect, then you have to spray water again to this part, and I usually start from the shadow spots and move the rest of my paint towards the light space, to the light parts of the object. Okay, what else do we need? Anything? Maybe we will add more color here just to have the effect of overlapping flowers. So I work around this leaf, right? It's huge negative painting. So far I didn't have any leaves yet. So here I didn't spray anything. I might just use the whole part of my brush. So it's going to be really loose, right? And if I need more colors, I will add it just to this part. Again, what else? I don't remember if I had anything there. Okay, we can let it stay for now, and let's work on the basket. So for basket, as you can see, we can use either ochre, gold ochre, or we can use raw sienna. Let's start with ochre. So I try to go with light touches, light brush strokes, lifting my brush then here. So lots of white spots left. And again, I start with my shadow part. Sometimes I don't even look which color I took, so it seems like this is English red. Okay, doesn't matter. I will come back. So this is still kind of fast sketch of everything what I would like to have at my future painting. It can be raw sienna or burnt sienna. Let's see. Burnt sienna is okay. We'll see. I will probably use sepia instead later on. So here I can show this part of the basket, the handle, right? What else? This is burnt umber. Burnt umber, I will go to sepia instead. You know, umber is good, but sepia gives me right away the darker color. Still, considering this will be the darkest part and the light comes from behind of that basket. What would be good to touch here? Ultramarine blue. I don't really wash my brush. Okay, our composition. What our composition needs now. Always keep some distance between your face and your painting. Now I need to work with my leaves. So this definitely will be sienna with a touch of green. No, sub green is better to use. And again, I am using the side of my brush. Too deep, too bright. Go back. Sometimes I use palette. Most of the time I use palette, but this time I don't really care. So you have two approaches. You can go with sienna color only if you don't have good green at your paint set, and then you can add green on the top, doesn't matter. Or you can use palette and mix your colors over there. I do have palette, of course. Of course I do have palette, and I can mix my colors here just to keep my paint set clean, right? You can say that I like this green, but it's actually the color that's sub green in this set. It's not the same as at other paints, like the branches. Anyway, we know that this part, the middle part, will be the deepest. But so far we still work on composition, so I will touch it again and again, but later on. Everything is still wet. This is a good time to go to the deep green and add more colors here to the middle part. Negative painting. Everything is loose. I don't really want to spend too much time on this composition because I need to keep it fresh. Right? Okay. I love this paper because most of the paint and most of the colors will remain the way you see them at the first time. So it's really beautiful paper. Okay. I'm cleaning my brush. What about the background? Background I usually do wet on wet. But this time I will probably work on the bottom part on that wood. Let's see what we can use for the wood. Okay. Let's see if it can be something from our existing palette. Do I like this color? Sepia plus that violet. Not sure. What if I add touch of ultramarine? Yeah, ultramarine. Yes, ultramarine, because it's kind of cold tone compared to this basket, right? So with my lines I do create that lighter part of my wood. So I don't know, will it be the table or would it be just kind of edge of our wall? Okay, more blue, more sepia. Move it here just a little bit so you can see everything. Okay, now more ultramarine is needed, like this, and one of the colors which we already used, so it might be deep violet, yeah, so just to create that edge of that wooden stuff and also to create the shadow from the basket, right? Shadow of course needs more colors. Okay, we have black. which I use quite rarely. But if it's added to the main colors, then I just make the color deeper. So this shadow part. Okay. Still we can show that this was a wood, right? So we will need a touch of warm color, maybe. Yep. And then we can enhance the colors on the basket. Just few touches, so we still have the transparency of that brown here. Okay. Deep violet. More shadow around the basket. More shadow here on the wall. Okay, what else? I still have violet on my brush. I don't even use another brushes. That's how I usually work. Yeah, so adding some deep touches, that violet color to the shadow spots of your lilac flowers, still keeping transparent border colors. So it's just a touch, just to show that we have deep shadow inside of our bouquet, right? I believe that's it. So everything what I need now is the background, because it's kind of too empty over here. My water is not that clean as it used to be, but it's okay. I will go with a light amount of water all over around. Okay. Wow, too early maybe. Then I will touch ochre, gold ochre. Then I need something completely different. Yep. That light blue. Wow, that's too much. If it's too much, we can make lifting. Or we can just move that light blue somewhere else. Not a big deal. Not bad. And the rest will be splash of that violet right here, over there, and just touch of here. I can even add more violet, more darker violet here. That's it. I'm done. I hope you liked it. So you can find me in YouTube, Natalia Utkina, painting. Have a great day.